Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Classrooms Campus. This is that podcast that you've been listening to for 3 weeks now, and we're your trustworthy guides on the journey from high school to university. I'm Karan, your host for today.
And I'm Muhammad, your co-host. Today we're diving into a topic that's an essential skill for high school students: effective note-taking. It's the secret to ace exams, understand complex topics, and succeed in your academic journey.
Absolutely, Mohammed. Note taking might not sound like that most exciting subject like it might be for some people. Like for me, it's biology, and for you, computer science, or even robotics for that matter. And but like trust me, it can really make a world of like a difference in your high school experience, and more importantly, your academics.
If you guys are watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're watching us on Spotify,
Be sure to give us that 5-star review.
so let's get started with the basics.
What is note taking, and why is it important?
Well, note-taking is the art of capturing key information from lectures, textbooks, or any educational content. And the importance can't be overstated. It helps you retain information.
Actually, there's been a study, and my bio teacher was talking about it, that like if you're actually taking notes while you're learning, it can like improve your memory, or like how much you retain that information by like triple the amount than you were just always listening and like maybe like scrolling on your phone or doodling or something like that. But again, it is different for everyone, so let's
And-
not like categorize anyone here.
And it also offers to be a handy reference for exams and assignments. It's like kind of building your own knowledge toolkit.
Oh, I so agree. But not all note-taking methods are created equal. We'll explore various note-taking techniques, from traditional handwritten notes to digital apps like what I use on my iPad, and everything in between. It's all about like finding what works best for you, and yeah.
For sure. Speaking of finding what works, let's share some tips on how to choose the right note-taking method. For different subjects like math, science, or even literature, they all have their nuances.
For sure, we'll also like discuss the age-old debate. Should you take notes by hand or type them up by like on a laptop or even on a tablet? There are pros and cons to each, and will help you like weigh them out so you can choose which path do you want to go into.
Keeping your notes tidy and accessible is the key to success. We'll share some strategies for keeping your notes in order.
Plus, we'll also dive into the digital realm and talk about how to use like note-taking apps effectively, and how they can be incredibly like helpful. So, Mohammed, how do you take notes for math or advanced function, for example?
Me personally, considering that there's a lot of graphing involved in math, I personally like to use the traditional pen and paper. It really helps me visualize how math concepts are graphed up, and I know I could use a graphing calculator, but I really think that I function better when I have a table of values that I create myself, since it gives me a broader idea on how the values are actually linked up to the function itself. So that's my personal approach.
For sure. And for me, what I do for advanced functions this semester is like our teacher gave us like this whole booklet that has course notes. So I really try to make like extra notes on that on the back side of those papers. So it's more like filling out a template that our teacher has given. But I also like to make my own notes like on pen, like on jot notes or on a piece of pen, or like on pen and paper.
And Karan, considering that you really love bio, how do you take notes for bio, your favorite subject?
This is a great question. Since like bio has a lot of diagrams, and we're like right now we're on biochemistry, like our first unit, and has so much like organic chem and like all those models and stuff, and making all those like macromolecules and like different things. I use my iPad, like the notes app, and I use my like pencil, like the Apple Pencil to be exact, to like be able to like write those notes down, and it really helps us. I'm able to like make those like diagrams really fast, which I think if I was to do it on pen and paper would have been like really like not time efficient. And bio is like something that like moves really fast, or at least our teacher, like she moves pretty fast. So I think like being time efficient and like knowing where your notes are like being taken is really important. And it's not just that. I feel like when I'm reviewing for a bio test, I can like quickly scroll through all of my iPad, like all of the notes on my iPad, and it really helps. Mohammed, you were taking computer science in the field of science. How do you take notes for that?
Computer science isn't really a topic that you take notes on. Rather, it's more hands-on learning. So that's my own personal approach on how I take notes. I basically learn in computer science.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Like one of my friends is actually in your class this semester, and they like take notes on their phone, or like they like record pictures. Like they take pictures and record videos of like the teacher teaching how to like code.
Oh, that's not how it works. We basically get our assignments and we have more of a logic based practical assignment where we learn ourselves. So there isn't much that the teacher really does. It's more of trial and error, I would say, of how getting the code is basically working.
Oh, that's weird because like what he told me was like okay, maybe like what he said was like in a different way, or like maybe like his section's different. Okay, then maybe I might have forgotten him because I think he might have taken this same course but like last year. So maybe like your teacher's teaching style have changed, or like might have changed. But what I remember like he was showing me recordings of like your teacher like showing him how to do stuff. And like basically what I'm trying to say, or what my point is like sometimes like using your like phone or iPad or something like with a camera to like take pictures and make videos of the teacher explaining things can be really helpful as well. And another thing like I've seen some of my friends do is like go like on YouTube, and some of the teachers in our school like have their YouTube channels where they post like screen recordings of them going through the slideshows that they go over in class, which is basically like a whole free lesson. So I think that's really good too. But Mohammed, before I talk about like the apps, like the digital apps that I use to take notes, are there any digital apps that you use?
I don't personally use any apps, but I do use the notes feature on my laptop to basically keep a track of my agenda for the day, whether it be from my advanced functions class to all the way down to my data management class.
Yeah, I use like my pencil to like write notes, but like I use the bullet point aspect of notes to make a to-do list of the things I want to get done that day. So some of the apps that I use that are free include Evernote, Google Keep, Notability, Notes, GoodNotes 6, Simple Notes, Notion, Note Shelf, and so much more.
Wow, Karan, that sounds like a lot. But if it really gets you organized, then I hope it's really worth it. But coming from a person who just like enjoys paper and pen, I would say that it's really about how you basically retain information. Mm-hmm. So whether you're a seasoned note taker using digital apps or paper and pen, or you're just looking up your game, or just starting out, join us on this note-taking adventure.
And it's not just that. I feel like it would be also good that like if you're looking to like experiment with what ways that help you. Like I know Mohammed, you said like you like paper and pen, and I also like paper and pen, but I would have never like been aware of like how easy I can make my diagrams and label like dissections for biology and even chemistry for that matter on my iPad if I had never thought of getting an iPad. So especially for like uni students, it's really important to be good at taking notes. So if any of you are interested in like experimenting, then like feel free to like ask us, like DM us on Instagram, or not just that, like feel free to like actually like experiment yourself at home, so that when you are going to university, you know exactly what works best for you.
So that's it for today's episode of Classroom to Campus. We hope you're as excited as us about the world of note-taking. If you have any other questions that you want us to talk about, please be sure to connect with us on social media. Until next time, remember that effective note-taking isn't just about writing things down. It's about unlocking the door to knowledge and paving your way to success.
Keep those dreams alive, and see you guys till next time.
Bye.
Bye.